The Federal Reserve has a new leader. Kevin Warsh has just been confirmed as chair of the central bank by the U.S. Senate. Let me bring in now our Fed correspondent, Jennifer Schonberger. Jen.
Hey there, Josh. That's right. The U.S. Senate has officially just confirmed Kevin Warsh to be the next chairman of the Federal Reserve and one of the most divisive votes for a Fed chair in history. That final tally clocking in at 54-45 along party lines, with just one Democrat, Senator John Fetterman, breaking with ranks to join Republicans. Warsh will be filling Stephen Miron's seat. Miron was filling in for former Fed Governor Adriana Kugler, who had left 5 months early before her term was up. And this was really President Trump's only opportunity to fill that vacancy on the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, because outgoing Fed Chair Jay Powell has opted to remain on the Board of Governors for an indeterminate amount of time. His governor term is not up until January of 2028. The only opportunity at this point for the president would be if there was another vacancy that opened up, or if the Supreme Court ends up ruling in favor of the president's firing of Fed Governor Lisa Cook, an outcome that many see as unlikely given the oral arguments that we saw back in January. Now, Warsh's confirmation comes just 2 days before Powell's term expires on Friday. And for months, there were real questions about whether Warsh would be confirmed in time, given that a key senator on the Senate Banking Committee, Senator Thom Tillis, had vowed to block confirmation of Kevin Warsh until the Justice Department's investigation into current Chair Jay Powell was resolved. Of course, that investigation being dropped, handed over to the Fed's IG, and Tillis paving the way for where we are at this moment. Now, Warsh will take over leadership of the central bank at a time when inflation remains above the Fed's 2% target for 5 years running, and at a time when oil prices have been surging because of the conflict in the Middle East on top of tariffs. And so he will face a committee that now views holding rates steady in the face of rising inflation rather than a rate-cutting bias. We know that last year, just before the president officially nominated Warsh to the position of Fed chair, that he had put out the view that he thought AI could boost productivity, pushing down inflation, laying the path for the Fed to cut rates. And that now is a viewpoint that many see as tough for Warsh to sell. So if Warsh and the rest of the Fed committee will have to wait to cut rates, that could create a very unhappy President Trump. Lots here awaiting us as Warsh is set to take the reins. Josh?
Jen, in terms of timeline, how quickly will we see Warsh sworn in here?
So there is a little bit of paperwork and typical bureaucracy that needs to be done before he is officially sworn in. The Senate will have to transfer the paperwork to the White House for the president to officially sign. We know that the president is in China right now, so it could be a couple of days before he pens his signature there. We also know that Warsh said that he would comply with an ethics agreement to divest a certain amount of assets. We know there are two juggernaut funds in which he holds $50 million each of assets, so we will have to divest that as well. So we could see a little bit of a hangover potentially. We know that Fed Chair Jay Powell said that he would remain on as chair pro tem if needed. Perhaps we could see that for a couple of days as we see all of this sorted out, but it's customary to take several days before or in between the Senate confirming the nominee and the official swearing in.
All right, Jen, thank you. Appreciate it.